one microphone tonight. I will try to project like crazy, folks. Bear with me. We will be starting with judges 1, 2, and 3, please. We have advanced creative. Zap, I gotcha.
Seven, 8, 9.
Well, I'm 9. My first thought was it's dark. My second thought was if it was light, then I couldn't see the lightning and it would look fake. I'm sure they creatively did it. It's in creative, but it's a spectacular job. I'm really happy with that. I understand that the background isn't all that we could want it to be, but still, that's really nice, and the creative, and to be able to handle it so that it didn't look fake. I think you did an incredible job.
The image received a 24. Same judges, same category, light walk.
The colors are very vibrant, and I like the little ripple in the center, so it's not totally uniform.
The image received a 24. Judges, you have 2 images to review for placement, starting with light walk and going back 1 to zap, I gotcha. Judges, a 1 or a 2, please, for zap, I gotcha. And the judges have chosen light walk. And I was going from my script and announced Ron Frost as being a print handler, when actually it's Rob Raymond. I apologize. Judges 3, 4, and 5, please. We are doing documentary, intermediate color documentary, Horseshoe Bend, Page, Arizona.
Paul, can you lift that up, please, because it's blocking the bottom of the print? Just for a moment. Thank you. You can put it back.
Now, do you like it on the first, or do you get glare?
It's, so far it's good.
There's no glare. No glare. It's good.
Okay, leave it on the front. No, the angle can affect you guys.
This is intermediate.
Mm-hmm. Intermediate.
I especially think in intermediate this is handled very well.
I didn't score.
Oh,
Okay.
we need to reset that score.
Okay, rescore, please.
I think the button got pushed.
Yeah, what I was saying was for intermediate, I think this is handled very well. I love the horseshoe bend. Of course, it's kind of hard to put it off to any sides. It always looks really good right in the middle. I like this time of day with the warm glow and the nice clouds on the top.
The image received a 27. Same judges, same category. View camera.
Is it documentary?
This is documentary, intermediate documentary.
I'm gonna talk real quick, so I still have the mic. I think this is a great idea. I really like what you're trying to achieve here. The focus on the camera is great, and having the elements in the background are very nice. I think compositionally, it's kind of symmetric, asymmetrical with the guy on the side and the frames in the back. Just the camera's a little dark, and then the brightness in the back is kind of what takes away, and a little bit of the roof. If we could have gotten rid of the roof and lighting was a little bit better, this would be great.
The image received a 21. Judges, you have 2 images to review replacement, starting with view camera and going back 1 to Horseshoe Bend, Page, Arizona. Judges, a 1 or a 2, please, for Horseshoe Bend. After I do this. Now, I'm not used to having to be the keyboard operator.
That's my job.
That's Mary's job, yeah. The judges have chosen Horseshoe Bend.
We're judging each one individually for a score. And we judge them all.
Judges 1, 2, and 4, please. We're in advanced color documentary. Sunrise Paddle.
I gave it a 9 just because I love the colors. I like how it's separated into 3 sections. You got the darker clouds at the top, the lighter area in the middle, and then it goes down to the dark. To me, it's just a gorgeous image.
The image received a 25. Same judges, same category. The Hunt.
What? He's not here.
Thank you, he's not here. Never mind. But we do have same judges, same category. Grand Falls.
Okay, thank you. I was getting confused.
I'm trying to confuse as many people as I can.
Documentary.
For the 9 or the 8?
I have seen where this happens, and I've wanted to go look for it one day. This is a very hard place to document. This picture would be much better if you would move off to the left about 30 feet, or she would fall off the cliff and in the water. This is an incredible event that happens very rarely, and it's a incredibly well-done, composed image with the clouds in the sky and everything, because usually when this happens, it's raining so hard you can't take a picture. For a document to take a picture of an image that doesn't happen that often, this is very well done.
The image received a 25. Judges, you have 2 images to review for placement, starting with Grand Falls and going back 1 to Sunrise Paddle. Judges, a 1 or 2, please, for Sunrise Paddle. And the judges have chosen Grand Falls. Judges 1, 3, and 5, please. We're moving to master color documentary, Rugged Coast.
It took me a minute, I had to watch this and look around for a second. I really like it. I like the motion of the boat in the lower thirds and you're giving it space to go. The peak is lit nice, the lighting I think is nice with the staggered cliffs under the buildings. Nice clouds, good lighting throughout. I thought it was done very well.
The image received at 25 was the only image in the category. Same judges, please, for master monochrome documentary, Norwegian rock art.
On 9 again, and I'm going to explain why. Both these last two images I looked at are documentary. Documentary, there's not always a lot of impact, but I think technically both these images, and I know we're just scoring one right now, this one here, has very good composition. I love the flow of the image. You kind of go through. I like the dark lines coming in from one side. You've got angles. You've got a lot going on, and it makes it very interesting. Even though the impact is not real high, it's still a very good image.
The image received...
Hold on. I marked it in 8. I thought about the 9 and the 8, and I was bouncing back and forth, and I went with 8 because I felt as a documentary it needed a little bit more contrast to bring out the images more to document them.
The image received at 25 was the only image in the category. Same judges, please, for beginner color people to infinity.
Which judges?
Same ones.
Same ones.
Same ones.
No? Which
No.
judges?
Again.
No, I stand corrected. 1, 2, and 5, please. I looked at the wrong line. I'm sorry. Judges 1, 2, and 5, please.
And this is beginner?
Beginner.
Beginner.
Okay, I gave it a 9 because it was a beginner. If it was in advanced, I would have given it an 8. And my suggestion for correcting, making the image a little bit better is this piece of cloth right here went completely black. And with all the purple and everything else, it looks like it almost doesn't belong, like it's something else and it's not part of it. But that's being real picky, and a beginner I don't need to be that picky with.
Could I comment?
And going to Rick.
I'm the no scorer. I thought this in the people category was inappropriate. It's more a picture of the cloth with part of a person in it. It's not a person doing something that we typically see in the people category.
The image received at 24 and was the only image in the category. Judges 1, 2, and 5, please, for beginner color photojournalism, going up. This is beginner.
I think we've got great color here. We've got nice composition with the three baskets staggered the way they are. I think it flows very nicely and it's a great shot.
The image received a 26 and was the only image in the category. We are moving on to advanced color pictorial. Judges 1, 4, and 5, please. We'll start with Joshua Trees and Rocks.
What's the category again, Linda?
Color pictorial, advanced. Somehow I don't think so. Let's try this again.
I didn't know you could do that.
Is that bonus point?
Okay.
Very nice subject matter. It's sharp, it's technically well done. I think if you had warmed the picture up a little bit with a little more saturation on the yellows, it would have popped a lot more.
The image received a 24. Lower Falls.
It's a beautiful image. I would just like to have seen the clouds a little darker. My eye keeps going to the white up at the top, and it takes me away from the waterfall and the river coming down.
The image received a 24. Grand Canyon Sunrise.
Can you tell Corey just to switch? Oh,
What is it?
the river. A river. It's not a scratch on the print, it's actually a river down there. Dance, right?
We did
10
it
again.
I don't know how we doing that.
Let's go.
If you really like it, Ed, you know, it's... Who's this up?
Okay, I know it's a river because we got up really close and looked, but as for judging the image, this is the viewing distance that we're supposed to be judging the image from. Something like 6.5 times the distance of, there is a formula, and this is about what it is. So, the picture looks like two pictures, a top picture and a bottom picture, and with a tree stuck on the side. It's a very beautiful picture, it's got very beautiful color in it. It just loses a lot of interest because it looks like it's split in half.
The image received a 23. Milky Way over Torweek.
And how do you get it to be a 10?
I have no idea.
Push zero. You push zero.
Push what, zero?
Zero, yeah.
It's a beautiful image, but I gave it an 8 because it looks like it's been over-processed. It looks like too much HDR, and if you didn't over-process it, then I feel bad for not giving it a 9.
The image received a 25. El Dorado Mountains.
Paul, you got a white glove on? Can you see that piece of dust there and that one there? There. Thank you.
Actually, more.
Yeah, that was enough. Then I know they're all dust, and it's just fine. There's nothing wrong with the image.
It's advanced or what?
This is advanced, yes.
This is a gorgeous image. The layers, my eye goes from the front, it just steps back through. Perhaps darkening the top would have balanced it off better, so that the clouds were a little bit darker.
The image received a 25. Judges, you have 4 images to review for placement, starting with El Dorado Mountains, going back 1 to Milky Way over Torweek, going back 2 to Lower Falls, and going back 1 to Joshua Trees and Rocks. You ready?
Do it.
Okay. We'll start with Joshua Trees and Rocks. Judges, a 1, 2, 3, or 4, please. Lower Falls. Milky Way over Torweek. And I think I know where we're going. And El Dorado Mountains. Okay.
Kind of 3 with the same score.
Down to 3.
You can take out the Joshua Tree Rock and go away.
Okay. So we're down to 3. Judges, do you want to encourage one another a little, since you each chose a different one for 1, you each chose a different one for 2, and you each chose a different one for 3? Well done.
I don't do that.
No arguments with one another?
I made a change.
Okay. We'll start with Lower Falls. Judges, a 1, 2, or 3, please.
I made a change.
This is going to be fun. Okay. Milky Way over Torweek. There we have a change. And El Dorado Mountains, just to make it official. Okay.
Question for the judges. We had 4, we showed all 4. Do you like it that way, or would you rather one at a time?
No, that was fine.
Yeah, that was fine.
4 was good.
Over 4, we'd have to do them one at a time. We don't have enough hands.
The judges have chosen Milky Way over Toro Week for first, Lower Falls for second, and El Dorado Mountains for third. Judges 2, 3, and 5, please. For Master Color Pictorial, go with the flow.
Just one.
Where are they finding these waterfalls?
I'm the high scorer on this. I thought it's very, very nice. The colors are nice. I like having the rock in the foreground, something for you to sort of step it into the picture on. I assume you tried different shutter speeds, and this is the one that gave the best water effect. Other comments?
The image received a 25. It was the only image in the category. Same judges. We're moving to color portraiture. Advanced. So judges 2, 3, and 5. Future fashion.
Future what?
Fashion.
It's a 998.
998. I like the impact of the yellow. It adds a lot to this image, and I also like the square format. With her having the dark hair, I would like to see a little bit more separation from her hair in the background. I do see a little bit at the top, and then also I think her arms look a little bit long because you've kind of cropped them below the elbow, so they look a little bit extended without having the hands, and I think that looks a little bit funny for me.
The image received a 26. Same judges, same category. Reflection.
I really like the idea with obviously the reflection. The thing that keeps drawing my eye away is the light panel or whatever it is that's kind of bright behind the red hair. It's really, I think it's a really neat idea.
The image received a 23. Judges, you have 2 images to review for placement, starting with reflection and going back 1 to future fashion. Judges, a 1 or a 2, please, for future fashion. And the judges have chosen future fashion. We'll be going to advanced monochrome portraiture now with judges 2, 3, and 4. Looking back at you.
What's the category and everything again?
Advanced color portraiture.
Monochrome.
Monochrome.
Okay.
Sorry, advanced monochrome portraiture. Once again, the title on this one is Looking Back at You.
I like the composition, I love the lighting. The reason I got up to look is in the lower right-hand corner, I saw that black line running across. I wanted to make sure it wasn't on the print, and it's not. It looks like it's a shadow coming off of the mat. But it's a beautiful image.
The image received a 27. Same judges, same category, Jerry Girl.
What's the category?
Portrait?
Advanced monochrome
Advanced,
portraiture.
okay. I scored it an 8 because I would like to have seen her chin down a little bit so you're not looking up her nostrils. But that's just quirk that I have.
The image received a 25. Judges, there are 2 images to review for placement, starting with Jerry Girl and going back 1 to Looking Back at You. Judges, a 1 or a 2, please, for Looking Back at You. And the judges have chosen Looking Back at You. We're going to stick with judges 2, 3, and 4 as we move on to intermediate color still life, Beautiful Lily.
Can you lean it forward a little bit for me? Sure. Okay, thanks.
I think this is handled very well for anybody. I like the darkness in the background, but you have the leaves in the top. Sometimes you're kind of worried it might be distracting, but I think you've done a good job of being close enough and filling the frame that you eyes really stay right in the flowers, and a lot of texture through there.
The image received a 27 was the only image in the category. Judges 1, 3, and 4, please. For master color unclassified Into the Storm.
Well, I'm the 7, and I guess I don't understand what I'm looking at. I would like to hear what the other judges talk after I talk for a minute. I like the top half of the image. The boat, I think, adds an interest, but is too far away from everything, and the mast gets lost in the top, and that was kind of taking me away. I'm looking at all the space in the water. But I like the lighthouse and the clouds and stuff behind it. So that was my opinion from a master standpoint. I didn't think it had a lot of composition. I didn't see a lot of impact when the image came up. It's a very nice image, and it's technically very good. But I'd like to hear from somebody else.
I gave it a 9 because I kept finding more interest in it. The more I looked at the picture, the more interesting I found it. I liked the boat having a ways to go. We got behind the boat. We didn't just crop right at the bottom of it. We left it a place where it's going to go out into the whatever. I don't know if it's a storm or not. That's the title. That doesn't really matter much. But then I found the other interest in the lighthouse, and then I found the interest of the waves, and the water's not absolutely perfect. I guess I probably could have marked it down because I would like to have had a little bit more color in the sky. But I think that, I thought about that, but I thought that was just a little bit, I like the sky what it is. It's got nice color to it. The lighting, you've got a dark sky, and then you've got like a beam of light hitting this lighthouse island area, and the boat is also well lit. And I think that was very difficult to do, and that's why I gave it a 9.
The image received a 25 and was the only image in the category. We're down to the club challenge already.
Wow.
And the club challenge this evening is 3. We will start with judges 2, 4, and 5 for beginner club challenge, seeing things.
So 3,
3.
number 3.
Number 3.
And
This is beginner.
I think this is pretty amazing conceptually. I don't know how they did that, but I think it's pretty cool. Anybody else?
Triplets.
The image received a 25 and was the only image in the category. Judges 3, 4, and 5, please. We're moving on to intermediate. 3 aircraft.
I like the image. I would like to have seen the plane on the left have a little more, make it a little lighter on the side. is too dark for me. Maybe putting a white card over there and letting the light bounce back into it to lighten it up just a little bit.
Yeah.
The image received.
Oh, hold on.
I think that if you think about the shadows, you've got 6 here.
The image received a 21. It was the only image in the category. Judges 1, 2, and 5, please. This is Advanced Club Challenge. 3 sunflowers.
I like the painterly presentation, different manipulations. I think if the sunflower on the left were as bright as the other 2, it would have gotten a 9.
I really like the presentation. I really like the image. My problem was the sunflower on the right. On the top right corner, it's washed out in that, just the top right half of that sunflower. And I went up there to look at it to make sure it wasn't the way the light box was reflecting on it, and just a little bit more dodging that out, just to make that just a little bit darker and not so washed out on that right corner, I think would have made it a 9 for me.
The image received a 24. 3 ball.
This advanced?
Okay, I'm 7. I don't think that anything, even the 3 balls, in focus. And that's why I marked it there. Next.
I like the dreamy quality of it. Certainly meets the challenge definition. We've got a nice leading line, got nice colors, and we've got an explicit 3 in addition to just 3 balls.
And 3 balls, yeah.
The image received a 24. 3 kids, Kenya.
We certainly have a grouping of 3, but I see 2 pictures here, the right picture and the left picture. And the left picture is the part of interest to this challenge. Better lighting in the faces, I think, would have put the scores higher.
Yes.
The image received a 22. Sandhill cranes.
You want to talk to Leslie or you want me to? Go for it.
I'm one of the 9s. I think it's spectacular, really spectacular.
I'm your other 9, and let me tell you why I think it's spectacular. It's time of day and lighting. It's really hard to get that lighting, that warm lighting on all 3 birds and have all 3 birds lit evenly in the image. And that's the reason why it went from 8 to 9 for me.
Have them in focus, too.
And have been focused, well, yeah.
The image received a 26. Judges, you have 3 images to review for placement, starting with sandhill cranes, going back 2 to 3 ball, and going back 1 to 3 sunflowers. Judges, a 1, 2, or 3, please, for 3 sunflowers. Three ball. And sandhill cranes. And the judges have chosen sandhill cranes. Final category for the evening is Master Club Challenge. We'll start with 3 times 3.
Which judges?
I'm sorry, thank you. 2, 3, and 4. I thought, mental telepathy, you guys could pick it up for me. 2, 3, and 4. This is 3 times 3.
Oh,
Great composition. The red actually has a lot of impact, even the orange, on all the sailors in the boat. Obviously it fits the category, 3 sailboats, nice leading lines in, great job.
3 people in each boat.
3 people in each boat.
The image received a 27. Woolly King of the Mountain.
I like the image, I like the 3 sheep that are climbing. The image itself just doesn't seem to pop for me. The sheep do, but the background, it just looks flat to me.
The image received a 24. Judges, you have 2 images to review for placement, starting with Woolly King of the Mountain and going back 1 to 3 times 3. Judges, a 1, 2, or 3, please, for 3 times 3. And the judges have chosen 3 times 3. Thank you, contestants. Thank you, competition staff. Thank you, judges. Thank you, people who came and watched. A couple of quick announcements. We ran out of